Special Issue Task Force. How can I help you? And back joining us in the studio for Special Issue Task Force is Hang. Hang, hello to you.
Hello, 1위 축하합니다. Congratulations on
What?
1위.
Oh, I just said 1일. I was like, first date.
1위? Ew! What are you saying?
I was like, what? 1일? Guys, 1일 means like day one.
Yeah.
And you usually say that in relationships.
Ew, no. 1위.
Ew.
Reaching number 1 in listeners' ratings.
Oh my goodness. I was like, 1일?
Ew, that's true.
Why'd you get a haircut? Did your new
year, new
boyfriend?
hairstyle. No, I just broke up. Oh my god.
Oh, really? Finally? Oh my goodness.
That's why. I
형님,
got a
드디어.
He's free now. You're free.
Her husband's finally free. Oh my
Do
goodness.
whatever you want to do.
You heard that.
Just go out.
He's probably
But
tuning
the
in
house
right
is
now.
mine.
This is New Year's Haeyoung or same old Haeyoung. I don't know.
1위 축하합니다.
Thank you.
And I really
you.
hope that I was able to contribute just a tiny bit, like a 0.1%
You
to the
contributed.
achievement.
You contributed.
Yeah,
you contributed.
a little bit.
You came in halfway, right?
Yes.
But also, I mean, I think it's a big. We have a lot of fans of Haeyoung. And
No, it's all thanks to PD님, our producer.
oh my.
Check.
You know what sound that is?
I don't
The sound
know.
of sucking up is what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So you don't agree, right?
I think it's our listeners.
Yes,
It's our
of
listeners.
course.
Are you saying our listeners had nothing
No,
to
I
do
was
with?
just
Oh,
talking
Haeyoung,
about.
how dare
no,
you?
I was just talking about our team.
Oh my goodness. Let's go into the more important issues, important numbers of the year. This almost feels like, what is it? Korean numbers. There was a segment called Korean Numbers in Korea Now
with
back in the days.
Brooke.
With Brooke, yeah. We're gonna start with some of the most important numbers of 2025.
Yes.
79.4 is a number I haven't seen on my scale in really, really long time. Did you know that? I have not been 79.4 kilograms in a very, very long time. But that was the voter turnout in South Korea's 2025 presidential elections. Let's talk about why this number is so
too much
significant.
information.
Yes.
See, we don't want to know. All right, so 79.4% really stood out this year. It marked the highest voter turnout in 28 years, with more than 35.24 million people casting their ballots. The Election Commission officially confirmed the results at 6:21 a.m. on June 4th. I remember that day. And President Lee's term began immediately. And all presidential powers, including command of the armed forces, were automatically transferred from the acting president at that moment. And what was also remarkable was overseas voting. Turnout among overseas Koreans reached 79.5%, the highest ever since overseas voting was introduced.
I mean, it told you a lot, right? It told you a lot. If there was a lot of overseas ballots, that means people wanted change.
Right.
But change from what? The previous administration, previous party, and things like the ruling party and things like that. But of course, this election also had some unique circumstances.
Yes, this was a snap election, of course, triggered by the impeachment and removal of former President Yoon Suk-yeol. And because of that, once the results were finalized, the transition happened immediately. And according to the National Election Commission, Lee Jae-myung of the Democratic Party won the presidency with 49.42% of the vote, and his main rival Kim Moon-soo of the People Power Party received 41.15%. And what also surprised many people was that given the scale of what happened earlier, including the failed attempt to impose martial law and the public anger that followed, many expected the gap between the two leading candidates to be much wider. But in reality, it wasn't, and it highlights just how deeply polarized the country has become. And in the roughly 6 months between the failed martial law declaration and the election, we also saw growing political movements on the far right, including slogans like Yoon again, as forces within the former President's camp tried to regroup and expand their influence. But on the other hand, at the same time, Lee Jae-myung took a very different approach. During the campaign, he actively reached out to centrist and moderate conservative voters. And since taking office, he has emphasized pragmatism over ideology. And interestingly, it appears that his support base has continued to broaden after the election, suggesting an effort to govern beyond the traditional partisan lines. So overall, that 79.4% turnout symbolized not just participation, but a country navigating political uncertainty through democratic engagement.
You have to understand, if you look at the election results and the map, the voter map, it's divided in half.
Right.
So you have, the west side all going towards the now ruling Democratic Party, all of the east side, right? And down south being the conservative. And again, it's one of those like...
Now, even within Seoul, it was divided, right?
Seoul was, so I think the big difference maker was Seoul though, right? Because, you have a high population in Seoul and they were shocked. I mean, in Seoul, you're always going to have the Gangnam district, the Gangnam-gu district, where you live, to go more conservative, and rest is kind of a toss-up. If you go to like the Yongsan area and like Dongjak area, like those are like toss-ups there, but that the whole failed martial law took a toll, and that's where the vote shifted. Whereas you're still going to see, there were a lot of conservative voters who did not vote for Kim Moon-soo because they were so shocked at what the PPP did. But still, though, it's one of those, hey, we can't vote. We're not going to vote. Yeah, we're not going to vote for Lee Jae-myung. We're not going to vote for the Liberal Party. We're just going to keep constant with this conservative party mentality and things like that.
Or just give up on voting.
Or just give up. Yeah, I think that we saw a lot of that. And I think if more people voted, it would have been a much higher percentage here. Let's move on to another big number. 7.4 trillion won. Guys, that's 5.5 billion, not million, billion US dollars. And this came from a major international event held in Korea this year.
Yes, this figure refers to the broader economic impact of South Korea hosting the 2025 APEC meetings and related events, including the APEC CEO Summit, which was held on the 31st. And overall, the APEC events are estimated to have generated around 7.4 trillion won, or about 5.5 billion US dollars, like you said, in economic effects. And the CEO Summit in particular drew global attention as it was the largest of its kind, with the longest schedule and the most programs in its history.
All right. And the lineup, right, certainly caught global attention too.
Yes, absolutely. The summit opened with a speech by U.S. President Donald Trump, and the closing address was delivered by Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA. And that alone shows the level of global interest. But beyond the headlines, Korea used this opportunity to expand its network with global business leaders and position itself as a key player in technology, manufacturing, and future industries. So we can say that the number wasn't just about short-term spending. The 7.4 trillion won represents not only tourism and local consumption, but also long-term diplomatic and economic value, highlighting Korea's capacity to host large-scale, high-impact global events.
Yeah, the only thing was Trump actually didn't even take part in the APEC summit. He just took part in the CEO summit, and he had some meetings, right? And then he left. Probably went to play golf. Third,
but the Trump summit was very remarkable too.
It was.
Right. On the sidelines, they had bilateral summit,
and the gift sharing.
The crown, golden crown.
It was it was a replica, but it was still a solid gold.
Right.
And many Americans were actually upset about that, right? Because of no kings.
No kings demonstration,
right? But the joke was actually on Trump, because if you know which king had.
Right, you told me that before.
Which king had worn the actual crown? He was not. He was a very divisive king, and it was, and also not the most popular king back in the days.
So that was very clever.
It was very clever. So the joke was actually on him. Third number that really caught investors' attention: 4,000. This is the number that Kospi reached for the first time. We talked about earlier, last week we were talking about Reply 1988, and then it hit 1,000. It was such a big deal. But since then, it's only gone up to 4,000. But still, this is a
Right.
big deal. Let's talk
Right.
about this.
In 2025, the Kospi surged by more than 70% and broke through the 4,000 point mark, ushering in what many are calling the Kospi 4,000 era. The rally was driven mainly by semiconductor stocks, and companies like Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix benefited from growing demand for HBM or high bandwidth memory and AI semiconductors. And foreign investors also played a key role. In the second half of the year, foreign investors recorded net purchases of about 7 trillion won, reversing a long period of selling. And Korea's relatively undervalued stock market, combined with expectations of a semiconductor industry recovery, made Korean stocks attractive again.
So 7 trillion won comes out to a little less than 5 billion US dollars.
Right.
And there was a rebound because of the change in the administration.
Right.
More
right.
stability and an administration they could trust. And so foreign investors are coming in. The government policy also played a role here. What exactly did the government do to support the market?
So the government's corporate value up program also helped boost market confidence. Measures like expanding share buybacks, increasing dividends, and strengthening shareholder returns raised hopes of reducing the so-called Korea discount caused by like geopolitical issues or political turmoil. So while 4,000 is a symbolic number, it also reflects deeper structural changes in Korea's financial market.
It also is a very undervalued stock market. An economy like South Korea to have their Kospi main benchmark index be only 4,000, it's very, very low.
Right.
And again, it has a lot to do with geopolitical risk. We talked about the two Koreas technically at war, and that's what foreign investors are concerned about it. But I wouldn't be surprised if
Right.
we hit 5,000 next year, right?
Right, we're actually expecting 5,000 next year.
Yes, we are. All right, we're going to go into other major issues of 2025. But first, this is Jamie featuring Changmo with the numbers. Issues of 2025. Seyoung.
SJ, do you have any plans for this weekend?
Jamie! Jay, what, give me what, Give me some what, Jamie?
What's that?
There's so many YouTubers now pretending to be British, Korean YouTubers, Korean comedians, trying to be
Right.
British. Give me some what, Jamie? There's Charlotte. Charlotte is a new character, guy character. But
Stop
anyway,
watching YouTube. You're watching too many YouTube.
I don't actually.
You don't?
I really don't.
You only watch it 나는 솔로.
I don't
I'm
even
solo,
watch that.
right?
I haven't watched this season.
Why not? What are you doing these days?
These days,
Just drinking wine?
not even.
Just sleeping? Taking a nap like a baby?
Yeah. Sleeping Beauty. Gotta be prettier.
Oh, yes. That's why you're so pretty.
Let's turn to the impact of natural disasters this year.
Yes.
One striking figure, 104,000 hectares. That's approximately the area lost to wildfires, particularly in the Gangneung region. Tell us about this number.
Yes, about 104,000 hectares, roughly the size of 1,040 square kilometers, was devastated by seasonal wildfires in 2025 this year. And that's an extraordinarily large area comparable to about 1.7 times the size of Seoul. And this wildfire was far larger than the major East Coast fires of 2000, roughly 4 times the area burned then, which underscores just how intense this event was. And experts have pointed to climate change as a contributing factor, noting that hotter and drier conditions make forests more vulnerable to ignition and rapid fire spread.
Was the response and policy framework adequate, though?
Yeah, actually, that's been a major point of criticism. Investigations and researchers have highlighted weaknesses in prevention, response coordination, and recovery. And some critics call parts of it man-made or 인재 in Korean, meaning that systematic gaps in early warning, interagency communication, and firefighting capacity worsen the damage. And there have also been calls for policy reform, including clear higher command structures for wildfire response, stronger cross-agency cooperation, and better integration of climate adaptation planning. And this number, 104,000 hectares, is not just statistics. It reflects an urgent need for climate resilience, better disaster planning, and a serious look at how we protect forests and communities as extreme conditions become more common.
I mean, there were other major wildfires that took place this past year, right? That really impacted a lot of people, and the sheer size of it.
Not just in Korea, but around the globe. Right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, was it Los Angeles County, right? The Palisades area had a major fire there. Let's move on to another massive number. We're going big here. 33.7 million. That's the number of people affected. This is in regards to the massive data breach at one of Korea's largest online retailer, or should I call it a U.S. online retailer?
Technically it is.
Technically it is a U.S. company.
Right.
But we're talking about Coupang
But
here.
it makes 90% of income.
Yep.
Yes.
Sales, 90% of sales comes from Korea, right?
Korea.
What happened here?
In late 2025, Coupang reported that about 33.7 million customer accounts were affected by a data breach. And the company later announced a compensation plan involving one-time purchase vouchers worth 50,000 won per affected person starting January 15th. But the public reaction hasn't been warm. Many consumer and civic groups criticized the plan, saying the vouchers aren't truly compensatory because they can only be used within Coupang and don't provide direct cash relief. And if you want to get the voucher, you have to rejoin Coupang, the platform, if you have withdrawn.
Oh, I mean,
Yes.
I haven't withdrawn, so.
Oh, okay. So despite an apology from the company's leadership, there's still skepticism about whether the response was sincere or just a way to boost platform usage again. And notably, Kim Bum-seok, the company's chairman, has said he will not attend the upcoming parliamentary hearing again on the issue, which has further fueled the controversy. So while the number 33.7 million captures the scale of those affected, it also highlights a broader concern about privacy, corporate accountability, and how digital platforms handle user trust, and plus how they respond properly or not when such incidents occur.
Can I also use it for Coupang Eats?
Coupang, yes.
That's because I think that would be better. If you use that.
Only like 5,000 won for Coupang Eats.
Only 5,000 for Coupang Eats and the 50,000
and
for Coupang.
And 2만 won for some like a luxury brand.
I don't care about no. How are you gonna give 20,000 won? That's like $15 for a luxury brand.
Right.
What luxury? What are you gonna buy with that? A button of a luxury brand? What are you gonna do with it?
So you
that.
have to spend your own money.
Oh man,
Even more.
I thought it was 50,000 won, which is about like $35, right? $36. But if you could use it for their
That's
delivery
why the
food,
consumers' reactions are not very positive.
not happy with this.
No.
I was almost happy, but
You can order a kimbap with 5,000 won.
kimbap is banned in our house, don't you know?
Why?
Because Aaron got salmonella.
Oh no!
Why are you bringing back bad memories of 2025?
Oh, that was one of the big news that happened in your household.
In my household, it was the big
Right.
news. It was a number one issue. Son got salmonella from kimbap. Finally, this part here, number that touches on personal safety abroad, 64. That's the number of Koreans repatriated from Cambodia this year. Tell us how this unfolded.
This was a very troubling but ultimately cooperative case. In 2025, 64 Koreans who had been detained in Cambodia under allegations ranging from scams to other criminal involvement were repatriated to Korea. The situation gained widespread attention because among those detained were individuals who claimed that they were victims of deception, including reports of confinement and harm during recruitment schemes. And after diplomatic and law enforcement cooperation, Cambodian authorities released and returned these individuals to Korea, where they were processed by domestic investigators.
So this was a mix of serious crime and concerns for missing Koreans, right?
Right. It involved both allegations of involvement in fraud-related networks and genuine fears for safety among some of those detained. The repatriation of 64 people shows how government and police cooperation can bring people home safely, even amid very very complex and distressing circumstances. And this case also sparked discussions about protecting citizens abroad and strengthening prevention and information campaigns for travelers.
That was wild because, again, one of the major issues of 2025, we had someone killed, a college student that was killed.
Tortured and killed.
Tortured after being promised a high-paying job.
Right.
And then, of course, following that, we heard more bodies being discovered of Korean nationals. And the most shocking thing of all this was that, again, the repatriation, a lot of people involved in the criminal network were also Koreans.
Right.
And so to lure other young Koreans to Cambodia by Koreans, and of course there were also other nationalities as well. But this was one of the more shocking and upsetting news of 2025. Let's go into a short song break before we go into other major issues of 2025, according to Seyoung. But first, this is Lucy with Villain. Sha-sha-sha. We're talking about big numbers. Numbers related to major issues of 2025. And we're going to go...
Oh, you ready to say goodbye to 2025?
Are you not? You know what me and our producer were saying? Just before the show, you know what we're both saying is like, it just seems to, when we were younger, maybe, I don't know if it's like an age thing. Like I'm not saying he's old because I feel the same way too. It's like when we were younger and like the end of the year comes and like New Year comes, we're like, oh my goodness, yes. You know, like we got big plans.
That's what you felt?
When we were young. But now it's just kind of like comes and goes.
Yeah.
Like it seems like just another day, you know, like it's here. And it's got to be January 1st. It's another day.
So you've never felt like sentimental at the end of the year?
Why would I be
Even when you were
sentimental?
young?
Oh, no, when I was young, yeah.
Because it's time to say goodbye.
Well, of course, when I was young, yes.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't sentimental because I have to say goodbye. But it's like, oh my goodness.
But now you don't care.
Now I don't really care. I really don't care.
2025 is just another year.
No, I mean, it was a great year. Don't get me wrong. 2025 was a great, fantastic year for me. And hopefully 2026 will be even better. But I'm just saying, it just seems like it's coming and going.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Why, are you going to miss 2025?
I'm going to miss 2025 so much.
Why?
But I'm also ready to say hi to 2026.
Are you reading off of something? I was like, is she reading off of something? That's not what the script says.
I'm reading my mind.
Okay, you're reading your heart. Let's go into another big number here. 12 million.
Yes.
12 million. This is a number the number of fans that attended the professional games at the KBO League this season. It's a record high. Let's talk about this.
Yes, in its 44th season, Korean professional baseball crossed a historic milestone, more than 12 million fans in a single season and over 200 million cumulative spectators since the league began. And what's even more striking is that 9 out of the 10 KBO teams broke their own all-time attendance records this year, and only one team didn't, and that alone shows how widespread the boom was.
Did you go to a baseball game this year?
The only one team was Kia Tigers.
That's your husband's team.
Yes, that's right.
You know why?
So
because
I feel sorry for him.
It was a bad
Too
year for the
bad.
Kia Tigers.
Yes.
It wasn't so good. So husband was very upset. You guys didn't go to a game this year?
I didn't. He did.
He did?
Yes, he took the kids.
He took both the kids?
No, not both.
Oh,
just
your
older
son.
one.
Okay,
older
I was
one.
about to say, oh my goodness. That's a brave man. That's a brave man. But what's driving the surge in popularity?
It's a mix of things. First, baseball has become a multi-generational experience again. Parents who grew up watching KBO games are now bringing their children, just like my husband, to the stadium. And second, the stadium experience itself has changed. It's no longer just about the game. It's about cheering culture, food, music, and social media moments as well. And finally, there's been a shift in how people consume entertainment. In an era dominated by screens, like baseball offers something rare, 3 hours of shared offline excitement with actual people.
Yes.
So 12 million isn't just a sports statistics. It shows how live experience are regaining value in Korean society.
I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, if we're talking about things to do when you come to Korea, you have to go to a Korean baseball game.
Right.
It is fun. If
I heard it's one of the best places to enjoy chimek, chicken and beer.
I mean, chimek is always good anywhere. But you know what? Actually, no.
No?
Because And I'll tell you this.
Overpriced?
No, it's not overpriced. It's the same price. But the fried chicken that they sell at the baseball stadiums, most of them are pre-made.
Oh.
It's not freshly cooked.
Not good, not good.
Yeah, so because there's so many fans that come and buy it, they pre-make everything really quickly and they just kind of sell. So it's actually not that good. But other
But
foods.
it's not about the taste, right? Only.
It's the atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
It's like the beer just tastes better. It's the cheering. If your bar is American baseball cheering, you're wrong. It should be Korea.
Right.
Do you know any cheers for Korea?
박기령,
Sing it.
박기령.
No, not cheerleaders, like the cheer songs. 박기령.
박기령.
What sing it.
김도영.
Kim Do-young?
Yes.
You know the song?
I do know.
What is it?
Because my husband always sings at home.
Sing it.
Na 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 Kim Do-young. I don't know. I forgot.
형님, are you
know?
listening?
Do you know?
I don't know any Kia
sure?
Tigers.
No.
Of course I know. I know the Tusan
Tusan.
Bears, of course. 두산의 안방마님 양이지 양이지. 두산의 안방마님 양이지 양이지.
Okay.
안타를 날려줘요. 홈런을 날려줘요. 두산의
Good job,
안방마님
SJ.
양이지. Go out to the ball games, guys. It's fun stuff here. We're going to move on here. Another surprising number comes from the cultural sector. 6 million visitors.
Right.
That's at the National Museum of Korea. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about this.
The National Museum of Korea welcomed more than 6 million visitors this year, the highest annual figure in its 80-year history. And to put that into perspective, it places the museum among the most visited in the world, ranking around fourth globally in terms of visitor numbers, alongside institutions like the Louvre and the Vatican museums. And that's remarkable for a museum, especially a national museum. And what's interesting isn't just the number itself, but why people are going. The National Museum is no longer seen as a quiet academic space meant only for school trips. It has become part of everyday life, a place where people walk, relax, go on dates even, and bring their children or even study. And in many ways, it's turned into a cultural park, open, approachable, and very much alive.
Telling you, if I was seeing somebody and they would take me on a date to a museum, I'd probably break up with them. But what's driving this change?
Several factors are at play, and social media is a big one, of course. And exhibitions featuring Korean heritage, ancient artifacts, Buddhist art, royal court culture were widely shared online, making the museum feel modern and accessible rather than distant or intimidating. But there's another fascinating influence this year: K-content like K-pop Demon Hunters. I know all songs from K-pop Demon Hunters
Me
now.
too.
As the animated film gained international attention, many fans, especially overseas, started wanting to see the real cultural references behind the fantasy. And for many foreign visitors, the National Museum of Korea became a place where K-content meets cultural reality. And artifacts like guardian figures, Buddhist statues, traditional costumes, and elements of folk belief suddenly felt familiar, not as distant history, but as part of a living cultural universe they had already encountered through entertainment or animated film. And in a sense, the museum became the origin story of modern Korean pop culture.
That's right. And it's a very powerful shift in perception too, right?
Right. In reality, it really is at a time when Korean culture is globally recognized, from K-pop to K-dramas and animation. People aren't just consuming the content anymore. They are asking deeper questions like, where do the stories come from and what beliefs, symbols, and history shaped them? So in conclusion, we can say the 6 million visitor figure reflects that curiosity.
Big stuff here. Seong, before I let you go, if you could choose one major issue or major news of 2025, what would it be?
APEC 2025.
Really?
Yeah, really stand out.
It was
my
big.
mind, yeah.
It is big. Trying to think what else other big.
Because there are a lot of different elements together, like a few culture, economy, political issues, and
Yes.
everything. Yes.
You know, it was definitely, it was the biggest international event to
How
take
about
place.
you?
Me? March 10th.
Oh,
You know what happened on March 10th?
March 10th?
Yes. Why'd you respond like you knew what I was talking about? It was the launch.
Automatically.
It was the launch of the Culture Inc.
Ah.
Episode 1 of the Culture Inc. on March 10th.
I thought it was salmonella incident.
You're gonna be banned from my house. You're never gonna be able to come to my house.
No.
Our son was very
Please
sick
invite
because of
me
that. No, all
again.
joking aside, Hail, thank you so much for covering all those issues of 2025, and of course, you're going to be covering more in 2026.
I'll be able to see you next year, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We will see you next year. Happy New Year's to you. We'll see you next year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
And sending around the studio, this is Baby Monster with Batter Up.